Hello, folks, and welcome here today. I'm Pranav. Today, I would like to guide you in analytical studies of Kairos, a Canadian organization being concerned with global justice. So, in second slide, we're going to be talking about the introduction and overview. Kairos is a Canadian-based religious body which started way back in 2001. It was composed by 10 national Christians coalitions with a mission to promote global justice, carrying out educationally, advocacy, and research duties. They also addresses indigenous rights, climate change, the gender equity, the migrant justice, and the economic justice as well. In slide 3, we're gonna be talking about the research and education. Kairos are about looking for lasting structural changes. The staff goes into the depth of policy, checking factors such as the impact of mining in indigenous territories. One of the most outstanding tools they have is blanket exercise. It is an active, intense workshop that actually gives life to the effect of colonizations on the indigenous people. It is an awesome empathy and self-understanding building exercise and has been implemented everywhere. For example, schools, hospitals, and as well government services as well. In slide 4, we all gonna be talking about the advocacy and partnerships. So Kairos is a massive advocate of the full implementation of UNDRIP, the right to indigenous consent. They are also going demanding more Canadians and global corporation responsibilities, legislations, and ecological justice and fair trade. They are among 14 plus partners. They have the strongest presence in global south regions, that is Africa, Asia, and Latin America. In slide 5, we're gonna be talking about the strengths. They have a very impressive holistic approach. They believe that climate justice, human rights, anti-racism are all interrelated. Kairos also cuts to the chase and is concerned with the cause and not only the symptoms of inequality. They have been working with indigenous and global south communities in deep and long-standing collaborations, so a big portion of their success is through these people they are collaborating with. In slide 6, this all gonna be talking about the challenges. The largest one was way back in 2009 when they lost government funding simply because they were on the position that contradicted state inactivities. In addition, the aspect of their identity as having a faith-based background presents a couple of concerns regarding inclusive in other more secular spaces. There is also the natural conflict between being an activities organization and the need to raise money and get mass support. Finally, the construction on resources may definitely limit the extent to which they may go and the extent to which their reach may extend. In slide 7, it's all about the BIPOC justice. Now, one of the most truly core aspects of the mission of Kairos is that BIPOC justice and the right of indigenous people are front and center here. In the area of decision making regarding land and resources, they are vociferous proponents of free, prior, and informed consents, also known as the FPIC. Kairos is engaging in the activity destruction of structural racism, removal of the colonial legislative, and fight against discriminations. In slide 8, it's all about imperialism and colonialism. Kairos are also highly aware of the long-term effects of the imperialism and colonialism. They do not avoid mentioning the complications of the history of the settler colonial like Canada and the way this really still affect this situation today. Once again, the blanket exercise is brilliant in the terms of bringing attention to such concepts as the loss of land and breached treaties. Kairos is adamant with the idea of neocolonial exploitation of resources, minus the express consent of the communities. In slide 9, it's all about the current initiatives. Kairos takes their Jubilee 2025 project seriously and drives strongly on the debts cancellations and climate justice in the global south. They are perfectly in accord with the UN professionalisms who are demanding the cleansing of debts as meaning of creating sustainability. Kairos is also outspoken on the need to the end fossil fuel subsidy and to have a concrete plan on just transitions. The only demand better corporate responsibility in the Canadian supply chain. They also they also teach violence readiness and support women as leaders in conflicted areas. So this is our last slide, which is references. And that brings me to the last item of my presentation, which is a consideration of these sources that I have used to prepare today. Thank you.